Hello everyone. Welcome to this lesson. Today we are going to thoroughly learn about the relationship between worksheets. After completing this comprehensive lesson, you will be able to first understand the three basic types of worksheet relations. These include one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many. Second, you will master how to effectively establish relationships between worksheets using the dedicated relationship field. And finally, you will clearly understand the significant difference between association and by association. Before we start with the hands-on operations, let's take a comprehensive look at our scenario case. In previous lessons, without any external help, Mega Company successfully completed the online management of all employee records. Now, the HR department wants to further expand and broaden the application scope to include various departments, specific positions, and comprehensive training courses, with the goal of improving the overall efficiency and standardization of HR management processes. To achieve this, the application needs to meet the following functional requirements. First, it absolutely needs to fully support the essential relationship between all employees and their respective departments. Each employee should belong to a specific department. At the same time, within the department record, the HR team should be able to easily view all employees under that department. This helps us intuitively manage the organizational structure. Second, it should handle all employees and their respective positions. For now, we are not considering multiple roles. Each individual employee will have only one specifically assigned position. And third, it should include training courses along with feedback. HR can assign various training courses to employees. It's important to note that each individual employee may attend multiple courses, and each specific course may involve multiple employees. Additionally, after completing a course, employees should be able to provide comprehensive ratings and valuable feedback, offering invaluable inputs for future training improvements and program enhancements. Based on the specific scenario we have just discussed, our fundamental core objects comprehensively include employee, department position, and training course. Let's analyze the relationship between them. First and foremost, each and every employee will have an individually assigned position, and furthermore, each employee belongs to one specific department. But one department can have multiple employees. Meanwhile, the relationship between employee and training courses they undertake forms a complex many-to-many participation relationship. This means that a single employee can indeed attend multiple different courses. And conversely, a particular course can also involve a multitude of different employees. Here, it is crucial to note that, in addition to establishing a many-to-many relationship between employees and courses, the application also needs to record detailed evaluation information for each employee's participation in different courses, such as the employee's individual rating and feedback for a particular course. This means we cannot directly create a many-to-many associations between employee and course. No matter whether we add a rating field to the individual employee worksheets or to the comprehensive course worksheet, each specific employee or course record can only have one single rating value. That's why we need to introduce the course participation records as an essential intermediate worksheet to meticulously record each employee's rating for each specific course. Let's now proceed to demonstrate this process within the application. For example, if we add a rating field to the employee worksheet, just like this. Here in the employee worksheet, an employee can only fill in one rating value, making it impossible to record that employee's rating for different courses. Similarly, if we add the rating field to the course worksheet, we will encounter the same problem. A course can only have one rating value, so we cannot record different employees' rating and feedback for that course. Therefore, we introduce a new and important intermediate data object, which is specifically called the Course Participation Record Worksheet. An individual employee can be associated with multiple course participation records, and the specific course itself can also be associated with multiple course participation records. Through this intermediate worksheet, we can indirectly achieve a many-to-many association between our valued employees and the various available courses. At the same time, these intermediate worksheets can also very effectively record additional important information beyond just the basic association, such as course rating and feedback provided by participants. Data models that effectively utilize intermediate worksheets to achieve complex many-to-many relationships are very common in enterprise management applications. For instance, in the CRM application, sales orders and various products inherently possess a many-to-many relationship, which is implemented through order details. A single sales order can include various different products, and a particular product can be ordered multiple times across numerous sales orders. Through the utilization of the order detail worksheets, we are able to not only include multiple products within one specific order, but also meticulously record essential information such as the unit of measure, the precise price, and the exact quantity purchased for each individual product. Finally, we will proceed to build the worksheet and establish the necessary relationship within HAP in order to implement the data model. In this particular case, let's proceed to perform the subsequent operations on the course page. On the top right of the page, click Open the Practice app. Then we'll jump to the Employee Management application. In the previous lesson, we already completed the creation of the Employee Directory worksheet. So we will start by creating the department worksheet. First, you will need to click the Create button on the interface. Then, proceed to select the From Scratch option, and with these steps completed, we can then successfully create a new department worksheet. Click on the Create button. Then on the form design page, it is necessary for us to add the volume field to the department workstage. First, we need a text field named Department Name. And then we need the member field. Name it as Department Manager. After carefully adding all the necessary fields, please click on the Save and then the Close button. Then let's add a few departmental records to the worksheets, such as Sales, R&D, Marketing, Operations, and Human Resource. Okay, these departments will serve as our fundamental data for subsequent operations. Now, let's establish the association between employees and their respective departments. First, let's locate the essential employee directory worksheets. Click on the three dots icon and then proceed to click on Edit the Form to enter the form design page of the employee directory. On this particular form design page, we will need to add a relationship field and then select to associate it with the department worksheet that we have just recently created. Let's click Confirm. After that, on the right-hand panel, we need to do some configuration. First, set the relationship quantity to a single row. This is because each employee belongs to only one department. Once configured, click Save and Close. Next, we can easily select a batch of employees and quickly update their associated department. Using the batched function, simply click Edit and then carefully choose the appropriate department. Now, set their department as Sales. Confirm. Okay, after completing the department assignment, we can now clearly identify which specific department each of the employees actually belongs to. However, when we click into the detail page of a particular department, you might notice that at this moment we cannot actually see which employees are currently under this department. For example, if there are 3 employees in the comprehensive employee directory whose associated department is sales, how can we effectively display these 3 specific employee records within the detailed page of the sales department, ensuring all relevant information is presented? We can achieve this through a by association. The specific operation is to edit the various individual department worksheets. Locate the Edit Form entry within the comprehensive design page of the department. We can drag a relationship field and choose Existing Association and choose Employee Directory. Click Confirm. For the relationship quantity, we should choose multiple row, because each department may potentially contain multiple employees at the very same time. Meanwhile, we can set the specific field to be displayed from the comprehensive employee directory, which is helpful for much easier and more convenient viewing and access. After the configuration is completed, please click Save and then close the form design page. Now, when you open the detailed page of the sales department within the department worksheets, you will readily find that all employee records, specifically those associated with the sales department in the employee directory, are automatically and completely synced here. Furthermore, any employee records that are associated with departments in the future will also be automatically synced, which is very convenient and highly beneficial. Next, let's proceed to add the position worksheet. To do this, you will need to click on Create and then select the option to click on from scratch. Name it as Position. Click Create. This worksheet will include the following field. First, there is a text input field that is named Position Name and also another text input field that is named Position Description. Set the text type to multiple lines. After configuration, click Save and Close. Now, with our system fully operational, we can proceed to create some sample position data. This data will include various professional roles, such as account manager, cloud platform development engineer, marketing specialist, HR specialist, and operations specialist. Furthermore, we can also fill in their corresponding partition descriptions. Now let's proceed to establish the crucial association between our employees and their respective positions. Similarly, we should then find the employee directory. Click the three dots icon next to the employee directory, then click Edit Form to enter the form design page. Let's proceed to add a new relationship field and then carefully select to associate it directly with the existing position worksheet. Click Confirm. Set a relationship quantity to single row. This is because each employee typically corresponds to only one position, then save and close. After the employee directory is successfully associated with the position worksheet, we can now proceed to select the appropriate associated position for each individual employee. Click Freeze to see it even more clearly and distinctly. Okay, finished now. As the number of worksheets gradually increases, you can effectively create groups for better management. These groups will prominently appear in the top navigation, making it exceptionally easy to quickly switch between different types of worksheets. We can add a group name organization. This group will store the employee directory, department, and position worksheets. Then we can add another group, click New Group, and name it as Courses to store worksheets related to courses later on. Now, under the course group, let's create a course worksheet. Click Create Worksheet, name it Course, and click Create to enter the form design page. First, you should add a new text field, which will be specifically named Course Name. Then add a member field for instructor. And another text field for course description. And a file field for course materials. Then, you should click the Save button and click Close. Now we can add some sample courses data as examples such as corporate culture and policy. OA operations and guidelines. And also communication skills and collaborations. Next, we will proceed to create a very important intermediate worksheet, specifically the course participation records. This particular worksheet will also be placed directly under the course group section. Let's click Create, click from scratch, name it as Course Participation Record. And click Create. Here in the Course Participation Record worksheet, we can easily select the default field and then proceed to delete them, which is a straightforward process. Next, we need to add the following fields, which is important. First, we need to add a relationship field to associate with the current course worksheet with its relevant data. It is important to set the relationship quantity for this field to a single row. Following this, the next step involves adding a new date field. This date field should be appropriately named course date. Next, add another relationship field associated with employee directory. And the relationship quantity is also single row. Add a level field, set the name course rating. Finally, add a text field, name it as feedback suggestion, and set the type to multiple lines. When setting the primary title field for the course participation record worksheet, many beginners might genuinely feel quite confused about which specific field should be appropriately chosen as the definitive title. Is it the precise course date, the overall course rating, or perhaps the detailed feedback suggestions? While these fields all possess information value, they unfortunately lack sufficient uniqueness and clear identifiability to effectively serve as the definitive title of a single, distinct course participation record. When there isn't a single field within the current worksheet that can adequately represent the entire record, we can effectively use a concatenated field to combine multiple distinct fields, thereby forming a much more recognizable title for better identification. In this specific instance, we can effectively achieve this objective by first adding a new text field. Subsequently, set its designated field name to employee name. Then we can proceed to set the default value, carefully choose to use dynamic values, and subsequently select other relevant field values. At this particular point in the process, you have the ability to carefully select the employee name from the employee directory associated record. Following this, you should similarly proceed to add another distinct text field, and it is important to accurately name it as course name. When you are setting the default value for this new field, you should specifically choose the option to use dynamic value. Choose other field value. This particular way, you can effectively select the specific course name from the relevant course associated records. Now, let's proceed to add a new concatenated field. The concat field can combine multiple different fields. Let's select it employee name, course name, and course date, and set concat field as title. Finally, to effectively implement comprehensive permission management, for example, allowing each employee to only view their own course participation records, we can add a member field. First, set the field name to employee account. When you are setting the default value for this field, make sure to choose the option Use Dynamic Value, and then select Other Field Value. Subsequently, you should select Employee Accounts from the employee directory, which is the associated record. Now, with these settings in place, let's proceed to try and create a new course participation record. After we choose the desired course and then select the appropriate employee directory, the employee's name and the course's name will be automatically filled in. Here the employee account is empty. This is because the employer accounts within the employee directory might be empty. Let's check Liu Yangeng here. Liu Yang's employee account is empty. Let's fill in it myself. Okay then. Choose Liu Yang again. Here, we can clearly observe that the employee's full name and his employee account information are automatically filled in. Next, choose the course date, and here we can readily see that there's a concatenated field automatically displayed as a comprehensive combination of the employee's name, the course's name, and the precise class date, which makes it exceptionally easy to recognize and identify. Submit. And since we have already successfully associated the employees and their respective courses within the course participation records worksheet, similarly, we can also effectively display these course participation records in the detailed pages of the employee directory and the course itself through by association. Here in the employee directory, we unfortunately cannot currently see the course participation records. This is because we haven't added the by association. Let's do this. First, let's carefully locate the employee directory worksheet. Then, you will need to click on the three dots icon and subsequently click Edit Form to enter the form design page. Here, we specifically need to add a relationship field and then carefully choose an existing association. Select the appropriate course participation records and then confirm the relationship quantity. We should choose multiple roles, as a single employee can indeed have multiple course participation records. Additionally, do not forget to set the most appropriate display fields for easier and more efficient viewing and understanding. After completing the settings, click Save and Close. Now, when you open the detailed page of an employee directory, you will be able to clearly see all the course participation records that these employees have successfully participated in. We can add more data to show. Next, let's perform the by association in a course worksheet 2. Let's proceed to find the course worksheet. Click on the three dots icon and then click on the option to edit form. Here, within the form design page, we will add a new relationship field. Subsequently, choose the existing association option and then select course participation records. Click Confirm. Here, we should also set the relationship quantity to multiple role, because a single course can indeed have multiple employee course participations. Furthermore, it is important that we need to set the proper display field, and then proceed to click Save and Close. Now, when you open the detailed page of a specific course worksheet, you will be able to clearly see all of the individual employee participation records for this particular course. Let's add more sample data. Well, Lena's employee account is currently empty. Let's fill in her account. Now, we can see in the detail page of a course, there's multiple course participation records of different employees. Alright, that's the end of this lesson. Thanks for your watching.